ended up going to TNA. How did that come about?
Well, I was wrestling down in Puerto Rico for Carlos Colon, and I get a call from Bruce Pritchard, and he says, I got this idea for you. I'm not going to tell you much. I want you to just fly down. Because at the time I was living in Puerto Rico, so I was like, you know what? I'll get to go back to Florida, free trip home, maybe get to see my parents. So I was like, yeah, I'll come in, check this out, see what's going on. So I went to a meeting with all the guys from TNA, and they said that they got a pretty big idea for us, this Aces and Eights gimmick. And they told me the whole gimmick about me and Kurt Angle feuding and how I was going to turn on them. And I
knew Kurt Angle before that, right?
Oh, yes. I've known Kurt Angle through amateur wrestling. He used to come down and do camps for my dad. And when he would come to camps, I was always, of course, his beat-up dummy. Of course. Who else? Me. So I was kind of used to it anyways. But, yeah, I've known Kurt for a very long time. And it was what a blessing and honor to get tied to that guy's hip. I mean, I wrestled Kurt every single night. House shows, pay-per-views. I learned so much from him, and I got nothing but respect for that guy.
So I guess working with Kurt was the highlight of your TNA run?
I would say that was pretty much, I mean, working with Kurt, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, Austin Aries, those were some of the guys that I just remember having matches with and just never wanted it to end. You know, you have those matches where you're out there and they're like, okay, it's time to go home, and you're just like, man, I don't want to stop. Like, you're having so much fun. The chemistry's there and the crowd's there. It was a good times, man. I really enjoyed my time there.
What was it like working with Bubba Dudley? Because he was one of the Aces and Eights, I think.
Next question.
Okay. What did you think of the whole Aces and Eights gimmick in TNA?
I loved it. I thought it was something unique. I thought it was something different. I really enjoyed it. It was hot. I mean, the crowd, the people, they were getting behind it because I felt like it was something different and something new that the crowd in wrestling hasn't seen in a long, long time. So I thought it really sparked a lot of interest.
Okay, and in Great North Wrestling and other companies around Quebec, there's actually a Quebec version of Aces and Eights. What do you think of the gimmick becoming so popular that it's kind of expanded into a spin-off gimmick in Canada in the province of Quebec?
You know what? I'm proud of these Quebec boys. I'm proud that they're bringing the Aces and Eights out here, and I'm glad that they're doing their thing. And, you know, they're trying to make it big and worldwide, which, you know, I'm fully behind, and I'm ready to rock and roll with the Aces and Eights of Quebec all day long, baby.
And last question for TNA. There's a lot of turmoil there right now. It's probably looking like, it's been looking like this for a few years, but it looks like it's at the end. What do you think of this situation? Did you see the seeds being planted in your time there?
I saw the seeds being planted when I was there. I mean, it's when I saw some of the people that they were firing, from Bruce Pritchard to Eric Bischoff, which were so creative. I mean, Bruce Pritchard and Bischoff, I mean, they're really creative people. And once they started letting those guys go, and then, of course, Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, you start looking around and going, what are they doing? You know, where are they going? You know, and it really sucks because at a time when I was there in the Aces and Eights, we were doing good. TNA was actually doing really good. And to see a product, and you always want competition. You know, you don't want just one brand. And it's always good that wrestlers have another home to go to. You know, because then you get to see different wrestlers and you get to see different people, different characters. Because, you know, you don't always just want to be this plain, bland, you know, whatever. You know, you want different flavors. And it's good for business. And it hurts me knowing that they're just not going the direction that they need to be going.
Do you think Billy Corgan actually could have done anything to help the company, or?
I don't even know what's up with that. That was pretty weird. Like, I guess he was a wrestling fan. Some people said that he did a couple shows. I don't know. I guess the last thing I heard was he's suing him.
Right.
For not getting paid. So I don't know, man. That thing is just up in the air with me.